mug. And I was really confused for a second. I go into the bathroom with this mug, and I'm thinking to myself, what if I just shit in this mug? Handing it back to her like, hey, thanks for letting me use the bathroom. This blonde girl that was the person at the counter, I don't know what it is about blondes, but I just always think they're ditzy. I feel like she would have just been like, oh my god, he shit in the cup. I handed him the cup with the key, and he shit in the fucking cup. I'm glad that I have people heckling the heckler. That's kind of nice. I appreciate that. So anyways, with the stereotypes of people in general, stereotypes aren't racist. I want to let everybody know that. It's not racist to tell a stereotype about an individual or a group of people. For instance, black people like chicken, watermelon, and collard greens. I'm not saying that's the situation for every black person, but it has been known to happen like that. Like, hey, you know, I like fried chicken. You know, I like fried chicken myself, but I'm not known for that shit, you know? That's just pretty much, or like, but it would be racist. It would be racist to sit there and say to a black person, boy, that N-word sure likes collard greens. That's racist, you're an asshole, and you deserve to get kicked in the dick. Or like Asians. Asians, what's a stereotype for Asians? They all have small dicks, right? That's a stereotype. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Look at Yao Ming, the dude's like 8 feet tall. I'm sure his dick is the size of my forearm, just like... It would be weird if it wasn't the size of my forearm. Just imagine if Yao Ming, 8 feet tall, had a 2-inch dick. You know? That's a good visual for you. But I was thinking of the most racist thing you say about white people. I really couldn't think of one. You know, like we have honky. It's like, I don't give a shit about that. You can call me a honky. It doesn't bother me at all. Cracker. It's like, we got the word cracker because we used to crack whips on slaves' backs. That's why we got it. Yeah, it is terrible. But let's be honest. I'd rather be a cracker than a cracky. Let that one simmer for a second. It's true. Come on, don't be an asshole. It's like, oh man, my fucking, I used to crack. My fucking ancestors were assholes, you know. Man. Now, I think the worst thing you can call a white person is probably white trash. And really, it only works out 50% of the time where you're actually going to insult a white person. Because I know I'm white trash. I know I'm white trash, and it doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like, I can't wait till I buy my own house. I can just park my car in the front yard. You know? Just get a bunch of used tires and fucking make a garden. Just lower the property value of every house around me. You know? Now I'm going to end it there. I appreciate it, you guys. My name's Rick Spires.
Ray, I'm not this short. Alright guys, our next comedian, you guys can see it Monday night, this coming Monday at Reels and Allsip. Give it up for Mark Johnson!
Yo, what's up, guys? Coming to the end of our night. It's a weird vibe here tonight. It's cool. It's like a donut place, a bar. It's kind of like a bad acid trip. So, my name is Mark Johnson. I don't know what to say. When I tell jokes, I tell stories. I tell stories about my life, my things that I do. I recently went on a date the other night. It was a blind date. My buddy set me up with her. He's like, dude, you gotta meet this chick. She's gorgeous and she's beautiful. I'm like, wow, those are like the same thing. So we went on the date, worst date of my life, because on the date, all she used to talk about was how her boyfriend used to beat her. And it's weird, because I kind of understood why. That's not funny. I would never hit a woman, but I was trying to hit her from behind. So when we get back to my house, I made her drive because I'm a firm believer in equality. I'm smoking a cigarette in her car, and we start talking about life, things like that. She's like, who do you live with? I'm like, oh, I live with my mom. Because chicks think that. I'm like 26 and I live at home. She's like, oh, I live with my mom too. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Why don't you come inside and watch a movie? And ladies, get on board. When guys say watch a movie, it means you're going to come inside. We're going to put on Monsters Inc. and then we're going to have sex with you. She's like, oh, I live with my mom too. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, what happened to your dad? She's like, oh, my dad's actually in prison. I'm like, fuck, that sucks. Why's your dad in prison? She's like, he killed someone. I'm like, damn, that's cool. She's like, yeah, you know, I get by. And she's like, what happened to your dad? And I was like, oh, it's pretty sad. My dad actually died when I was a little kid. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. How'd your dad die? And without thinking of it, I was just like, your dad killed him. I do a lot of stuff to get through my life. I'm actually an excellent fighter. I'm really good at fighting. I was talking to this girl and she had a boyfriend and she texted me. She's like, excuse me, lady, shut your mouth and I'm gonna fuck it. So anyway, this girl, she texted me, she's like, oh my God, I just broke up with my boyfriend. And I was like, I will be over in 5 minutes to be there for you. So we ended up having sex, and I had sex with her, and I used her bathroom because I had to piss. And as I'm pissing, I see on the counter, I see Axe body spray and an Affliction t-shirt on the floor. And I'm like, fuck, this dude has not moved out. Furthermore, he's also a fucking tool. So I'm sitting on the couch and I hear this clamor come up the stairs, and she's like, oh fuck, and I'm like, what do you mean, oh fuck? She's like, we didn't really break up, we just had an argument. I'm like, Kelly, you're a bitch. You're a bitch. Let's face it, a dude that wears Affliction t-shirts and Axe body spray probably isn't gonna be the same size as me. But I fought that dude. And I didn't fight him with my fist, I fought him with my mind. I marched right up to that dude, I was like, hey motherfucker. Okay, just so you know, Kelly has been my best friend since like 8th grade. She's been crying to me all night and you're a fucking dick. And then to let him know I wasn't fucking around with a little sachet when I walked away, I was like, I'm sick and tired of racism in this country. I don't like it. My best friend, he's black and his name is Mac, and I think that's cool because it rhymes. So me and Mac actually worked together. And I came off a little racist the first conversation we had. I was like talking to him about movies and shit. I was like, hey man, you ever see Shawshank Redemption? He's like, yeah, I love that movie. You ever see this movie? I'm like, yeah. You ever see this movie? And I'm like, yeah. You ever see Boys in the Hood? And the record fucking scratches. He's like, you drive-ass turkey motherfucker. Of course I've seen Boys in the Hood. Have you ever seen Star Wars? But Mac comes off racist too. Because Mac always tells me, hey, bye. Mac always tells me, he's like, you know, you white boys, you get so pissed off when you see us with your white women. And that's not true. I don't ever get pissed off when I see a black man and a white woman together. I don't even like fat chicks. That joke's awesome. So I've been trying to break my porn habits. I'm getting tired of porn because whoa, hey, take it easy, guys.
Hey, stop breaking things. Actually, it's broken.
So I've noticed sometimes like we have like porn like auditions and shit. Like you always see these porns and it's like. They're like, hey, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 18 years old. It's never like, yeah, I'm fucking 23 and I'm a fucking whore. But then they're like, when's the first time you had sex? And they're like, oh, you know, I was like 15, 16. It's never like, yeah, I was like 6 and my uncle molested me. I'm trying to get over threesome porn too, because I don't like threesome porn, because it's way too easy. It's not that easy to have a threesome, folks. I've had one threesome in my life and it was just me and a pregnant chick. I thought I was fucked up too because she ended up having a boy. I can't wait till that little fucker's older either. I'll be like, hey buddy, oh my god, you're getting so big. Hey, remember when we double teamed your mom? So I love kids. Anybody got kids here? No. You do? Oh god, fucking shit. to some girls recently that have had kids, and like I'll see them in public, and they'll be like, you know, like, it's so hard having a kid. You know, it's such a big responsibility. I'm like, really? Because I've seen you blow coke off of a toilet seat. And people don't realize how to like, kids aren't raised the right way anymore. Like, I've been in like a grocery store before, and this kid was fucking crying his eyes out because mom wouldn't let him have a candy bar. I was like, that's grounds to freak the fuck out. He's crying, he's throwing shit. His mom's like, I just don't know what to do with you anymore. I'm like, you ever tried beating the fuck out of him? Shit's highly effective. I'm not gonna beat my kid. I'm gonna lie to that little fucker. Because that's what works. There's kids would have no fucking idea what Christmas was till they're 5 years old. When my kid comes home from school and be like, I don't know who this fucking Santa Claus you're talking about is. Hey, Billy told you that? He's a fucking liar. My mom used to tell me that cucumbers were cookies.
Yeah, right.
The minute I found out cucumbers weren't cookies, I was like, well played, Mom. You fucking bitch. I'm gonna take it up a notch, because when my kids cry in the grocery store, I'll be like, dude, you better not cry, because if you cry, you will get AIDS.
Nice night tonight.
Sir, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is not a comedy show. It's actually an intervention for yourself. Because me and the rest of the comedians and everyone have brought you here because we feel that you should fucking kill yourself. Why do you keep doing the white power salute, bro? I talk a lot about some offensive shit, and that's just the way I am. I find humor in dark places. And there's one type of joke I don't like to tell. I don't like rape jokes. Like, rape jokes are not funny. I think it's really offensive. They even make rape fantasy porn. And I tried watching this shit, and I thought, like, the thing I just don't agree with that shit, because as this chick's getting raped, she ends up getting on top. I just don't believe that. What's wrong, honey? What's going on?
Oh, you want to talk shit to me now?
No, I'm just, you're just like. I'm not funny?
I think it's hard.
He's a little bit funny.
Yeah. I really don't give a fuck what you think. Actually, that guy's cool. You should just fucking kill yourself, so. Actually, I told that joke that I just told, and this chick stood up, and she's like, I don't think that joke's funny. I think it's offensive. I've been raped 2 times in my life. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I find humor in dark places. I don't think you get the joke, so here, let me tell it twice. Is there a guitar for me tonight, or? Alright.
You got raped?
You really missed the point of the joke, sir. And you need to get on killing yourself, because...
Alec.
So, it's not really good sound quality here tonight, but I like to sing songs about things that make you happy. Like, you know, whatever you guys do in life, it doesn't matter. I mean, I work a shit job, and I hate my job, and I do stand-up comedy because it makes me happy. Just do whatever you do, whatever makes you happy. Like, the thing that makes me happy in this life is taking pictures of my dick and sending them to chicks. That's what I wrote this song about. It goes well like this. It's a late Friday night, I'm drunk as fuck. I text you, hey girl, what's up? All I wanna do is get some action. Take your titties and slap 'em, looking at your Facebook photo. All I wanna do is bend you over. And then I send my pic. You said, boy, you're sick. See, girl, I know you love my dick.
That's why I put it in a pic. See, girl, I know you love my dick. That's why I put it in a pic. Yeah, I gotta card ya. If you're 18, I'm gonna Brett Favre ya. I'm giving you a call, I'm gonna send you a picture, balls and what's that picture? Not clear. Oh, it's me with my dick in the mirror. That's not fair. My dick looks bigger cause there's no pubic hair. See, girl, I know you love my dick. That's why I put it in a pic. See, girl, I know you love my dick.
Happy Easter!
That's why I put it in a pic.
Break it down, ready?
This guy, he has no dick. That's why his wife left him for another chick. His kids don't talk to him and it's a game. Shut the fuck up, dude. Go ahead and never get fame. See, girl, I know you love my dick.
That was all improv, by the way.
That's why I put it in a pic. See, girl, I know you love my dick. That's why I put it in a pic.
You guys want to try and sing along with me? See, girl, I know you love my dick. That's why I put it in a pic.
See, girl, I know you love my dick. That's why I put it in a pic. Dick, pic.
Hey, my name's Mark Johnson. Thank you so much for having me.
Give it up again for Mark Johnson, everybody! All right! First of all, give it up again for all the comedians that performed tonight, guys. We've all been fantastic. My name's Alec Otter Jones. Thank you, guys. I got that nickname from a 2-year-old that couldn't pronounce Alec correctly. It's adorable, and it's just stuck because I met somebody last week. I said, hey, my name's Otter. And what's your real name? I said, Alec. He's like, oh, good to meet you, Alex. And I was like, that's why I have people call me Otter. There's no excuse for that. Just told you my name. Something I want to talk to you guys about, though. My therapist died last week, which sucks because now I have no one to talk to about it. It's terrible. My parents actually, when I was younger, thought I had a seasonal depression, which one of the things I want you to do for that is to put yourself like in a lamp that emulates sunlight, which pretty much meant that scientists thought that I had the same problem that trees do in the wintertime. It's like, oh, I get mopey. Somebody give me a lamp and some water to put my feet in. It'd be great. My parents have weird hobbies. My mom is a storm chaser, which means when the sirens go, there's a party going on in that corner of the room. I'd like to acknowledge that that's happening. But they haven't listened so far, so why even bother? My parents have weird hobbies. My mom is a storm chaser, which means when the sirens go out, she's out the door on the road, and I have to take care of the dogs. My dad's a falconer. Not a joke, real thing. And for those of you that don't know what falconry is, it's like for people that think that hunting is too easy. They're just like, I like hunting, but I want to catch a bird first, and then spend the next year training it, and then go hunting with it, like it would do anyways. Telling your parents you're going to be a comedian is a hard thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm going to be a comedian. So just let you know, I'm going to be living in your basement for the next 4 to 5 years. I'm not going anywhere. And from the other side of the room, I just heard my dad go, no son of mine's gonna be gay. So that's the support group that I have right now. That's the support group that I have. I make poor decisions, specifically in friends. My friend Andrew, who went on earlier today, one night here at the donut, walked up to me and started playing with my balls. For no reason. Just walked up, and just did this. And then he realized that I didn't care. What? He's still talking. No, I haven't. Who's Doobie Maxwell? Oh, I heard Doobie. And I don't even smoke weed, so that's fucked up. Why are you having a conversation with somebody right now? It's amazing. He doesn't listen to the person that actually has the microphone. He listens to people that aren't listening to him. It's weird. It's weird how that works. I don't know if he knows where he is. Everyone just take a minute and look at him. He doesn't know where he is right now. He's lost. He's trying to find home. As I was saying though, my friend Andrew decided to play with my balls one day. And while he was doing this, he realized that I didn't care and looked at me and said, Otter, please make me stop doing this. And I looked him dead in the face and I went, no. Either you stop or I finish. That's how this ends. There's no other way around it. My friend Jake is a character. A few years ago, we were up at the Oak Brook Shopping Center. I had to get my computer looked at, so we're in the Apple Store, and Jake is bouncing. Kind of like this. Now, I work with children for a living, and I know who put me in charge of children. So you can already tell, this is a terrible idea. But he's bouncing, and I said, Jake, what's wrong? He goes, I have to go take a shit. Jake, you're an adult. You can do that on your own. I don't need to walk you to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom, wherever it was, comes back, glowing, as happy as he could be. And I said, Jake, what's going on? He goes, dude, you've got to go take a shit in the Nordstrom's. Real thing he said out loud to me in front of other people in the Apple Store. Just, dude, go take a shit in the Nordstrom's. He then, without pausing, went, dude, they have a shoe shining service and a spa and an espresso bar, and the only thing I could think to say was, wait, in the bathroom? That's a weird place to put those. He says, no, throughout the whole store. Which means that after Jake pooped, he then took himself on a tour of the Nordstrom's and was so enthralled by everything around him that I had to go with. Jake lives in Chicago right now, and he told me this story, and I said I could relay it to you guys, so I'm going to. He was at a punk rock show in Chicago, and he got out of the show, and his friends texted him and said, we know you're in the neighborhood. Get us some Taco Bell. He's like, well, I got a hankering for tacos. I'm gonna get a 12-pack. I can have some too. And so, Jake goes into the Taco Bell to grab tacos, and as he describes it, the group inside the Taco Bell was worse than the mosh pit inside the punk show. He had to fight to get to the counter. He gets his tacos, leaves the building, starts walking down the street, trying to catch the bus, but the bus has already started to pull out, and for those of you that have tried to catch a bus in Chicago, you know that once the bus has started to leave, you can't get on the bus, even if it's sitting right there because no one will let it pass. And so he's like, bus driver, come on, like, let me on the bus. You're not going anywhere, no one's letting you go, just let me on the bus. It's like, hey, it's the law. It's like a shitty Judge Dredd, just do it's the law. Finally, you got that Judge Dredd joke. Thank you. Thank you for that. So Jake goes, all right, fine. I'm going to race you to the next stop. Because he figured he could walk and beat the guy there. It wouldn't be a problem. But as Jake started walking to the next bus stop, he heard someone behind him. Now, mind you, it's like 2 in the morning in Wrigleyville. Someone behind him just yelled, tacos! And that's when Jake started running. He was just like this. I'm about to get murdered and lose my tacos. By a drunk guy that thinks he's Irish. Spring is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Who's excited for spring? I am, there is still snow on the ground. It's not spring quite yet.
May 7th, like March 21st.
I don't care if it's calendar spring, if there's still snow on the ground, it doesn't count. I am not excited about spring though, ladies and gentlemen, because with spring comes the worst fucking animal on the face of the earth, known as geese. Whoever made that noise is right to make that noise. They're fucking horrifying. They have serrated beaks like bread knives. They will fuck you up. They punch you with their wings. They're like tourists. They don't belong wherever they are. They just show up. They're just like, we're here. We're gonna fuck you up. I have a scar on the back of my leg as a kid from being bit by a goose. And they shit everywhere. A goose shits once every 15 minutes. That's disgusting. They make hobos look like billionaires. They're horrible creatures, ladies and gentlemen. They're terrible. And as someone that, during the summer, works in a place where there are a lot of children and geese, it amazes me. Mark, you were right about Mark. You were right about parenting being a piece of shit lately. Because I can't count how many times I've seen parents let their children just chase geese like they're wild animals in the Sahara. Just like, fuck it, we're ready to go. And then, inevitably, that goose will turn around and go and destroy them without even thinking about it. They're horrible. Has anyone here ever been chased by a goose?
Yes!
Yes, you have? Is it or is it not the most terrifying experience of your entire life? There's no way to react to that properly like a normal human being. You just scream like a little girl and run.
Correct.
You could also punt a goose, but then a park ranger would show up out of nowhere and just go fucking gotcha.
Arrested. Exactly.
I heard it's March Madness basketball season, ladies and gentlemen. And I heard the best. How you doing? Just passively. Hey, what's up? I heard the best radio commercial ever recently, and it was, guys, do you want to watch as much March Madness basketball as you possibly can, but the wife or girlfriend won't let you do it? Well, maybe it's time to get a vasectomy. Now, at what stage are you in life when getting a vasectomy is just a welcome reprieve from everything going on? Just like, fucking, she's already taken my nuts anyway, I might as well cut them off. I'm not even useful anymore.
I would have cut my balls off.
After that ad, which happened while I was on my way to work, I saw a billboard that said expert gynecology on it. Right on I-80. Which made me think and wonder, is there like an amateur gynecology out there somewhere? Where just a guy going, holy shit. Fuck. I did not expect to see one of these today. I didn't even know what to do with it. I looked on WebMD, but, you know, call back to a race joke. That looks weird. It's like a creature out of the movie Abyss. 5 people got that joke. I like to do a thing where I start broad and just whittle my humor down until 2 people are like, yep, I got you. In high school, I'm a little overweight, as you guys can tell. And in high school, for gym class, they offered these options called fall and spring team sports. And it was stuff like hockey, hockey, woo! Soccer, baseball, basketball, lacrosse, and for some reason, which I've now figured out just by looking at myself in a mirror, which I try not to do, that the reason I was always picked to be the goalie was because they knew that I couldn't run from one end of the gym to the other end of the gym without needing a significant water break. The problem with always being picked to be the goalie means, because I went to Minooka Community High School where they don't have money for anything, I got hit in the face by just about any kind of ball imaginable. I've taken more balls to the face than Andy Dick. And Boy George combined. Just poof. It sucks. Like those little orange hockey balls. You guys remember those from high school?
Yeah.
Right in the eye. Right in the eye. 3 times in a row! They were aiming for me. They were definitely aiming for me. Like, I had glasses too, so it's just like, let's see if we can get the right lens this time. Thanks for caring, dude. I would have totally hit you in the face. You and most other people I know. So, it's not a very selective club. Did anybody